Prepare for battle.
Let's get into game number 3-1 apiece here. I like that. Nobody's looking for game set or...
I think he's been pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he could scale relatively well this game too. Almost become like another clicker on the team, rather than go for this like potentially Eurus build, etc. I mean, it is a good Eurus game. I think it'd be interesting to see what he goes for.
30 seconds
I started
to
boots
battle.
this time on the route.
See how these lanes are going to end up playing. I'm ready to start up to. You got 3 heroes bottom here for LGD. But he's going to come over and risk being hit by this arrow.
We see this all the time in the tournament at the moment, though, and across all tournaments. You know, both teams send 3 heroes to a lane, to the off lane, effectively, just to secure 2 routes for themselves.
Yeah, they're gonna TP the Untying top. You know, we've seen OGD put the pressure on, keep 3 bottom, look for first blood, then TP over, but they're not gonna do that this time.
I don't think you really do that though with the heroes that they have this time. And look at the lane blocking by the Shaker as well with the fish. So now it's kind of like, yeah, this is good by RedPanda though. You need to make sure the range group doesn't come in first. But their lane's already in a much better position.
You thought you were winning?
Going to the arrow to take out that range. RedPanda taking a lot of damage. You wanted to go in with the banner assault, but thought better of it.
F1 gets the Army's courier as well, and is now just looking to push the wave, or like pull the wave away. So. Like this by here. The other thing about this Fisher wave block bot lane is that what happens, you can see at the moment, the first wave like goes towards you, but the second wave it instantly shoves in towards the monkey team. So it allows your level 2 like pretty reliably first usually. Good start by the monkey team getting a few denies to stop that happening.
So here's what's interesting. XinQ taking priority in farm.
Oh, what? Oh.
Yeah, he's taking priority here.
But this is what we were saying about it being a really hard Shaker core game against this Monkey King.
Yeah.
So maybe this is what they, you know, when before they picked the heroes and we were talking about maybe they put Lena offlane, etc. So this is must be what they came up with in that time, that instead of putting the Lena in the offlane, they put the dip range core in the Mirana in the offlane. And this is like TI8 all over again. When XinQ was playing, was it? Who was?
Serenity.
Serenity, yeah. Didn't he used to play offlane Mirana a lot in that incantation?
Yeah.
So it is something that he's used to. Look at this mid lane CS though, for nothing to say. This is why they wanted the Lena mid. Crushing right now.
Nah.
Talk about a launch.
Oh, they were so
CJ,
fun.
GGG, XinQ, D.
But it's interesting that this is what they've done, because we haven't seen LGD do this before with the Shaker. When FPN plays it, always put it as the 3. He's never, I don't think I've ever seen him play it as 4 before. But one of the things we've said about LGD is they have that massive flex value between Faithbian and XinQ. So they might as well use it.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I think this is one of the first games that we've really seen that swap though. His first blood goes the way of nothing to say. The fissure coming out from Faith Beyond, he's the one who's rotating.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Because now he misses out on all this XP in the mid lane that nobody else can get. Belena's going to get level 6 first. And
Rubik's gonna try and get it, but
He comes in, like, they miss a couple of creeps, but he gets some. I know this is... Now look at the laning stage and CS across the board in general. It's going really well for LGD.
I mean, between the two of us, I don't think I've ever seen XinQ play the 3 for them. For LGD.
No, neither have I. And now it makes sense why he had double Wraithband queued up before as well, because I was making the point that he could turn into a clicking hero this game, which is true, but his item build gave it away.
Also, when was the last time Faith Beyond faded in and was playing in a 4 role?
Yeah, I just don't know. They might need to go on Eurus. Good machine.
Ooh, Eurus. Still taking a lot of damage though.
Yeah, he managed to get the mischief in time just before the arrow hit. So like he got stunned still, but he dodged the damage. And it is only like 60 damage or something, but it makes the difference.
Dire are scanning.
What is this clockwork?
Can I sort Faith Beyond's games by... Getting into it. Nothing to say comes over though to try and help. Battery assault. Looking for the fissure, trying to keep him on the left side so Nothing to Say can continue to right click. Dragon Slave, one more shot. That's all they need. And pop the salve there. Was that RedPanda?
Yeah, it was. Honestly, not even that bad because the Void Spirit gets to catch up mid for a little bit. So where he was really like quite far behind before, the Lena's now like given like effectively some CS over to the Void Spirit for free. Not for free, but
Dire's structures are fortified.
Out, and now LSA thrown. Somnus getting locked up a lot. Panda's in with battery assault. They're trying to do as much damage as they can to Nothing to Say, but there's the LSA. RedPanda gonna drop to Innocence. LGD have 3 heroes mid.
I love how aggressively the supports play in this this matchup between these teams as well. Every single game I think so far we've seen these heroes at like the 5-6 minute mark. They're just playing mid all the time. I'm just worried for Elephant that this Morphling's having an absolute pre-game right now. I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Really don't know how you get on top of this guy.
This Morana build is so good against the Monkey King. Like he goes for these like raw stats, raw right click items, so he can just punch the Monkey King in lane whenever he gets the opportunity. Just do as much damage as possible.
Sitting here with level 6, available, just doesn't have the mana. Now Ame up top. Use the primal split. They'll bring over Faith Beyond. Ame should be safe. We know how they chase. The gang's gonna end up coming back to form under the tower.
Ooh.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But like, the thing is now Ame just goes full edge and he goes back to some strength again, and he's absolutely fine. Yeah, this split stops him from farming for a little while, but doesn't really stop anything in the game overall.
Coming in, Somnus as well.
We say no.
But
this could potentially be a more points in soul rip game for us. I think the Tombstone's really good as well. I just think the burst damage with the Lena make a lot of sense.
That Boundless Strike going on XinQ. Can't get the kill though. They bring 3 heroes down here to try and make it happen, and they come up empty-handed.
Yeah, but at the same time, like at least they're Wise managing to take the XP mid. So while the Voice making this rotation away, like somebody was getting mid at the same time. But again, like Ame's just untouchable right now. Having a great time?
Yeah. It's not like the most action-packed game at the moment, but oh, for Elephant. How these movements have really affected Elephant. Left Morphling to do his own thing. He's, you know, only up 400 gold in the top lane. Eurus is, for the most part, remained pretty untouched bottom.
The way you need to look at it though is what point in the game is it going to change so the elephant can kill the morphling? And they need like a spirit vessel, for example, right? Which Yang has been known to get on his Brewmaster all the time. Yeah, he's got the urn, which is great. But they need like the instant lift disable on the Rubik. They need a hook shot on the top work, you'd argue as well.
Do
it with flair.
Battery assault, not gonna do anything. He's only sitting level 4. Since, though, I say that, Innocence is only level 3.
It's about to come up to the 10-minute mark.
Denies the tomb. Don't telekinesis on Innocence. Q faints the arrow. Thought about it if anybody was to go on the Undying. It felt like he was baiting himself anyway. Minutes in. Taking the Monkey King in the second spot for a split second. You've got continuing to farm up, and he's going into the Manta. Do you think it would be like Manta E-Blade?
Allies.
Yeah, Manta the first was always going to be the big one, but then it's I still think it would probably be at second, just because the Shaker's on his team. But I would be interested to see if he does something different this game specifically. It's a good BKB game, for example, right? Up against like Rubik Void and Brewmaster. See.
Anytime
I'm gonna get forced to split. Wow. And he's not getting anything done with this.
Don't allow me, that's for sure.
He's just gonna throw him up in the air with a tornado, I'd imagine.
And the Brewmaster, Astro Step, trying to go into the Morphling. They're going to bring over Beyond on the Earthshaker, but ready on under the TP with the Battery Assault. Monkey King comes in, Fissure Throne, that hits the MK. Not a lot of mana to work with here. And Arrow's on cooldown for the moment. Primal Spring looks over at Fate Beyond, and they get the kill onto the Earthshaker. And they find anything in return. Starstorm used, gets the kill on a Yang. Now stolen Starstorm. Ame getting chased. He's in trouble. Morphing as much as he can. He's got the waveform. Get some distance. Here comes Eurus. Primal Spring. That's going to land. Nobody's coming over to help Ame. After XinQ and Fate Beyond, they're the ones who TP top, and no Lina, no Undying in sight.
Oh, this is so worth it for LGD across the board, though.
Dire's top tower
I was
is
wondering why
under
Lina
attack.
wasn't TPing top. She didn't have to
Radiant's
TP.
middle
So
tower is
I
under
don't know whether
attack.
she just TP'd mid or something to
Dire's
push out the wave.
structures are
They get the
fortified.
catapult. Elephant bring up 5 heroes up top, and they still trade evenly in kills. Like, they're going to get this top tier 1, which is great. But if you look at the net worths now, yes, Ame died, but like the lean I managed to catch up because she's had like
Dire's
this
top tower
absolute space
has
in the mid
fallen.
lane. They get the tier 1. Dying's managed to get a little bit in bot lane as well. He didn't have a TP either. They're going to start making stacks on
Radiant
the
are
Ancients
scanning.
so that Morphling and Dying can take them between them. Like, you just drop the Tombstone effectively, and the Morph doesn't need to tank the Ancients.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
One kill. Lina has the Yules ready to go, though.
Here he goes. Take those Ancients, baby.
Tombstone's down. Out of this. It's down level 10. Meanwhile, just about the same experience. Going Battle Fury first item. Is it going to be Battle Fury Ags for yours?
Shadow.
We've seen Mastered Madness into Axe, like Master Madness into Battlefield a lot. If you skip the Mom, this is going straight into Battlefield. You'd assume the Axe comes afterwards, but you might just want a BKB, depending on how the game goes. Because I think if he doesn't go BKB this game, imagine trying to play against like Lina, Morph, Shaker, and even like Undying and stuff as well. It sounds awful to play into. So maybe if they feel like they can dodge fights, then he goes Axe first, but I think that's likely. Otherwise, what happens is the Morphling gets man to Axe before you have your BKB.
Atheon's getting really close to this Blink Dagger, by the way.
Yeah, well, it would help if he didn't die, though.
Yeah, I say that and I jinxed it.
And precise.
Oh, I love that even as a core, XinQ's building yours. It's such a good game. Like, when you play against these really maneuverable and difficult to catch heroes like Brew, Void Spirit, Monkey King, you can just use the Eurus to set up for arrow. And where the Void Spirit would normally be really mobile with like the Dissimulate, the Astral Step, whatever. It's impossible for him to play it that way, the same way.
Big sword. Ain't nothing to say coming over, and
Yours?
let's see what they can get. Line of the arrow onto RedPanda. Laguna way to finish him off. There's a kill for Nothing to Say. He's 3-0-2. 5 CS under his belt.
Oh, the Yang has a vessel now on the Brewmaster, so Morphling's game a small window where he could be threatened, but he's getting closer and closer to that Manta. Like just over 1,000 gold away. Fake man. He used Echo on Somnus there.
Gonna feel too great. TP Eurus. And the arrow, they've got the tombstone down. Somnus in trouble, no astral step. So he's looking pretty dead to rights, but I say that he's jumping around trying to make some space and eventually he does fall. And we'll split coming over, Nothing to Say, he gets stunned up. Starstorm coming through, RedPanda taking a lot of damage there. Battle strike to Louis Kong's command, but it doesn't hold this Lina close by. Instead, Yang gonna continue to chase and finally will get the kill. They end up losing this clockwork. Eurus inside the circle, and Yang back in the corner. Eurus on a XinQ. Eurus chase. Starstorm mischief nicely timed. XinQ goes down. Waveform forward. Balance strike on a 3 with telekinesis from F-Fly. Slams him down onto all 3 heroes once again. Steals the Waveform. F-Fly gets a triple. Killing Innocence and Faith Beyond. Wow.
That was sick.
He was on it there.
Oh, but Shake is like 100 gold off Blink. Imagine if he has to Blink there, like how different the fight is, right? It's the small timings in the game. And great fight for them. I was really worried for him though, because when he was running up into the trees and things, he had an urn on him, so he couldn't blink up, like, use the tree dust to get up into the trees.
Shot. Nothing to Say. Keep the remnant. Taking a lot of damage here. In trouble. Battery assault right on him, and it looks like they might be able to get the Lina again. They've got the tombstone down to Stone Waveform. Somnus gets the kill and Nothing to Say, and Innocence falls to Yang. All of a sudden, Elephant, they are making moves.
If I manage to steal the attribute shift as well, so it's going to be a lot more tanky.
Dire's middle tower
I love that Elephant here are making all these plays before they know OGD are ready to fight as well. This Morphling doesn't have Manta yet, never mind his second item. And this is what I was saying, they need to have used this window where they have the vessel and there's no Manta up. Like, Yang's about to get Blink now. This game's just exploded so quickly because the Lina's died twice in a row, like without really achieving anything. And she's had to queue up BKB instead of bots as her second item, which is not really what you want to do, but she's gonna feel forced into it after these 2 fights. But I mean, we have the Blink on the Shaken out, we have the Manta on the Morphling. You see he queues out. So this is where OGD, they want to go back the other way and like try and force the fight back now, because they have their item time.
There for you.
Radiant are scanning.
Yes. Metal.
Oh, arrow, Laguna.
Die.
Quick. On RedPanda, but RedPanda does this. He makes a lot of space for his team.
Yeah, if you had to choose one hero to break his spoken die, I think the clock's fine.
So it will be man to axe.
Shadow.
Void within.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You did?
Hold on to the poor man's shield.
Why? Like, is there somebody, did he want to give the input to the Lina?
We're not going loaded. So we'll find the undying arrow. Long distance hits Somnus, but there's just no follow up to that.
But again, it's like Undying dies, right? Not a big deal. They get the D-wall though, which is big. No disrespect to Innocence, but sometimes that's just the way it is. Oh, that's a good item.
Yeah,
Still doesn't want it.
I feel great.
Sends it back still.
Or not.
Still wants the PNS.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He obviously agility's very good.
Nice swaps in the end.
Morphing's one of those heroes that I wish I could play. It looks so good when people play it well.
Any hero is the hero I wish I could play.
Twitch will teach you. Name them a hero, they'll teach you the hero.
Cat.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I'm still waiting.
Smoke from LGD, 4 heroes going towards the jungle. And again, RedPanda, he's in a decent spot to break the smoke.
They want to try and fight away from their morphling. Just try and find a pick off with the blink still. Because they haven't
Like,
they haven't managed to find that entrance yet though with the shaker blink. If they run into them 4 on 5 here, this is going to be a disaster for us.
So they're smoked, but they're breaking away, and smoke gets broken. Faith Beyond blinks out. Good job by Faith Beyond.
It's really good. Because they just need to delay as much as they can, right? Until the morphling gets axe. Because when he gets that, it doesn't matter if you're like 10k net worth behind. The game just gets a bit mental. We said it before, get your OS drops ready in chat. It comes, you're gonna be needing them.
Yeah. If anybody's watching long enough, the OS toads. Call back.
God, after that top fight. So satisfying. They fish with yours at the same time. You're using the illusions to try and body block the arrow as well. Body block the hook shots. And you see, like as soon as they see all these elephant heroes TP bot, they're like, yeah, morph, you go top. Just ignore them. Like,
they literally want him to just finish that act, then find the space and time necessary. And they've done a good job of doing so. Like, they haven't really engaged much. They've moved around the map, and I think, in a way, LGD are kind of moving Elephant to where they want them to be.
Yeah, I mean, Elephant are trying to find, like, these pick-offs and things. LGD are just making the correct movements at the moment to, like, move, like, disable those plays. Like, Faith Beyond, like, breaking that smoke things before, right?
Yeah.
One of the big ones.
But, again.
They want to force fight, especially because they have the axe on the Void Spirit now. Especially, like, the Morphling Mantis is really good when there's chances of silence.
And the shot. That comes through on and Nothing to Say. They're going to look to get the lead. They got the telekinesis. The LSA comes through, but it's not going to matter. They get the kill and Nothing to Say as well as Innocence, taking out 2. Buyback used by Undying immediately.
I would say during that chain stun there on the Lena, she BKB delivered. Funny, really. She couldn't get it off anyway. Just 100-0.
Going into Roche now.
Innocent fight, ball back as well on the Undying, so it's still the same thing though. They know until the axe comes out on the board, they can take whatever fight they like. It's exactly the same as before the Shaker had blink.
Close.
Roshan has fallen into the raid.
But yeah, now you're going to see that Aegis is now into the hands of the Monkey King. This is
he's actually
looking good for Elephant.
It is, but he's not going BKB, which could end up being a big problem. He has Aegis, so I think he can afford to be a little bit more greedy.
Invisibility.
Playing into this lineup without a BKB is, you know, high risk, high reward. The Scarred is good against Morphling, obviously. Not a bad item choice. How it goes.
The Ags. Already. Shot back. XinQ, he gets caught. RedPanda gets the kill.
It's killing time.
Pick off.
We're not there yet. It's the beginning where it's everybody get up.
Dire's bottom
You've
tower
seen them
is under
though on the high
attack.
ground. They're waiting for somebody to come up.
Yeah.
Yang's picking it.
It's
Like,
Yang.
he knows.
Fissure and the totem coming down. There's the Laguna Blade. They're trying to get the kill, but the Primal Split is used. They have the Sunny Echo Slam onto this Monkey King. Force F onto the low ground, looking for the Wukong command. The strike hits on Faith Beyond. They've got Somnus moving forward. Resonant Pulse gets the kill on a Faith Beyond. They'll take the Aegis out of the hands of the Monkey King. Going deeper with this Primal Split is Yang. Somnus getting a little bit low as he goes into the Dissimulate, trying to come around and make himself some space. Yeah, Ame, he's doing a lot of damage against the kill to RedPanda as well as Somnus. XinQ may be looking for a last-ditch effort. Throw it as it's on cooldown just as they escape his grasp. And yeah, that ends up being a 3-for-1.
Sorry I interrupted your flow, but it just, the urge comes too strongly. I have to say it. And the two big things there, Tombstone goes down that high ground, just next to like where the tier was. Oh,
more playing balance strike. Army getting cleaned up away from his team.
Huge pickoff. Huge pickoff. That's the biggest on the map they can find right now on the Elephant. And then see what they can do with it. I mean, this tier 2 looks nice and tasty.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And the best bit about that is the kill goes to Eurus as well, so it's an extra 450 gold for him towards that Skadi. So like, not only is he getting close to the Skadi, but again, I still think it's going to be the BKB afterwards that's the big timing.
Is under attack.
And we should say last fight, even though they did really well on LGD, they did buy back on the Mirana. So like XinQ's net worth set back far from where it was before. And look at FY's net worth again. Like last game.
With flair.
I don't know where he's getting. He just gets all his farm.
It's just a triple kill, just randomly in the top lane, and that's it. He's away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
That should help.
Oh, they caught them at voice for it.
Yeah, they've got the Eurus. There's a good way. Do they have the control to finish him off? Totem and 4-man silence. Not going to matter, but they get the kill on the Somnus.
That was so greedy. Like, he knew they were on the high ground because he caught them with the Aether Remnant.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Goes for the rune anyway.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're losing their bottom tier
Dire's
2.
structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
They need to try and trade here for
Radiant's
the top tier 2.
top tower is under
Back the
attack.
other way, but yeah, you see the clear.
Jumping back and forth.
Dire's
between
middle
the tower
tower
and the
is under
stack.
attack.
That's right there. He's gonna go
Radiant's
for tier 2, but here comes
top tower
TPs. Let's start with Yang. Yang gets hit by the fissure. There's the totem. They've crossed the streams of the fissures. They'll look for the totem. They've got the waveform of the damage to get the kill on the Yang. No primal split. BKB's been popping up and say he's trying to get out of this fight as they've used the Moonlight Shadow to the hook track coming in from RedPanda. Really nicely placed, but I don't think they have the vision to see him. So throw the dust out. I don't think that hit the Lina. It just barely did. I think it looks. They get FY, they have the totem, they get the kill on the Rubik. Now they'll look for more as the Eurus is on to Eurus. But the balance truck hits this Earthshaker as well as the Mirana. They'll take out Faithion and Jink. They'll chase for more. Question is, can they get any more? Nothing to say pretty quick, and they've already TP'd out on Innocent. Balance strike up in 10.
They need to get out here on Dice. I think to say good TP by him. Big thing for them is Morphling doesn't die. For Ray, it's a great hook shot into the Lina, but they had no detection for the Moonlight Shadow. And this Wukong gets like, not wasted by the Monkey King, but like they don't fight in the area that they want to fight because without the detection they can't keep like people locked down in the Wukongs.
Innocence. Lina going into the travel. Ame going down to Scott himself.
Yeah. Again, I was wondering whether the Skadi or the BKB would be the thing for him, similar to the Monkey King, but I think the Skadi's kind of like they're not doubling down on burst damage with it. Like, it's still a good item against Monkey King to reduce healing and everything. Get that, but again, it's one of those things that he'll start building towards a Skadi, and then potentially he might regret not building a BKB. But the way this game's going at the moment, I think LGD they're obviously not happy, but the Morphling's still having a decent time. So for them, it's like, well, you know, we have Morphling Shaker.
Yeah.
Even if,
Flares here.
Elephant doesn't feel like it.
but like, look at the net worth of the Monkey King.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
They're gonna go for this BKB as well as the truck coming in. The Browns are already being used by Yang. Though good ways to be thrown out onto the Void Spirit. They've got the Wukong's command down. The arrow hits onto the Flame Panda to get the kill on another thing. Say as well as take out Innocent. They've cycloned up into the air with the splitting. Morphling trying to totem. The Echo Slam comes through. Somnus ends up dead. So does FY. The Balance Strike hits onto this Morph, but I'm not sure it's gonna matter. Fissure on the 2. XinQ in. Faithion dead. They'll buy back on the Clockwork. They'll try to bring him over mid, but he can only just walk forward.
That fight is
The worst trade, but
that fight was so good by Yang. Like, incredibly. Like you mentioned in the fight, he got the Morphling into the like tornado from the Storm Panda. So with the damage from the Morphling, when this Wukong goes out, like LGD are just they're out. Like, I can't I can't believe they managed to kill anybody that far.
Yeah, nice play second time.
I don't think he missed as well.
Dire's bottom tower is
Because
under
then
attack.
stole attribute shift, and he got strength all into strength, but he doesn't have any agi. So when Morphling hits him with this enchant totem hit, he has no armor. So he just went from like 3/4 HP to dead in one hit because he has no armor to work with at all.
He's got 2 armor now.
Yeah, like the Morphling just kills him with an enchant totem hit.
I wonder how big that's gonna be the rest of the game.
If you look at the look at that hit, it does like 600 and something damage on the Morphling.
Radiant are scanning.
So I'm up 5. They've got Eagles on the Earth Shaker now.
Dire's
Dang,
courier
over
has been
destruction to the
killed.
more.
I think he keeps the Titan Silver. I said 600 and something. When he changes back to the Morphling with Chant Tome form, he does over 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
You get the
Yeah.
It's really, this is a completely different kind of game of network distribution though. Like the POS ones are so far ahead of everybody else. And then there's like this, the other 4 cores are like GQ's a bit behind, but the other cores are like packed together. But yeah, the 2 characters are the big ones.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Use the Moonlight Shadow. They're wrapping around. But the one that they would find on the back of this is RedPanda.
And the reasons both teams are doing this at the moment is the Roche is about to spawn. The minimum time's hit, so they don't know one, but they know
Radiant's
it will be
courier
soon.
has been
So if
killed.
either team can gain an advantage with the picks.
I'm assuming using that Aeon disc, and the hook shot comes in while I believe they were putting up. And now they've got damage on Ame. They look over an Innocent. Back via the cogs. Silence onto the Morphling. Waveform looking back. Echo Sun misses. That was a huge whip coming out from 5th Beyond, who now needs to leave. Sure, if he was trying to blink and his blink got canceled, but it just whips, and now the stolen features there for Fly. They have the control on the 5th Beyond. They get the kill there out to the Earthshaker. Before having that 50 kill.
That's the biggest thing in the game he can steal. And the reason is that the Fisher range is going to be so good against this Morphling. Like we said, he doesn't have a BKB or anything, but that would matter. They can get a Fisher on him from far, and then like chain stun it with a lift and everything. They have damage to 100 to 0 him. But yeah, Faith Beyond whipping that Echoes, they just have to run like straight away up. There's no way they can take that fight. They whip the Echo.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, this Monkey King is so scary now. BKB going like for this Abyssal next. The Basher.
$11K lead, but it's been around this, you know. Damage right as Roche is available.
But it,
So I am at 45.
I mean, it's mostly the 3 and the 4 that the different.
Dire
It's
are
like the 1, 3, 4 that the network difference comes. The mids are relatively similar, the 5s are relatively similar, but FY's so far.
I am mighty.
Well, they know Roche is up.
Run in.
Teams.
Them, my Shadow, they really do wish that they had that Echo Slash. Not gave up the first 20 seconds, and they
I mean,
can slow them down on this
There's a
road.
DD.
It doesn't matter, but it's not looking like
Sun has
it
fallen
will. You
to
can't
the
put
radiant.
it into the double damage.
Eurus just picks up a DD and just takes the rope so quickly.
Do they want to fight? They leave the pit?
God.
Look at where Eurus is. Got a stolen fissure and the fissure of his own. Patreon's just dead.
Oh, he didn't
Radiant
re-steal the
are scanning.
Fisher, but
Rock it on.
Still for a long time. Courier roost.
big item for him because the way that LGD want to play fight is they find pick off towards the start with like this morph shaker, right? It's so nice to see Elephant actually playing like well. Through
And what can they do with this? Counter strike and Ame! Whoa, getting caught out.
It's that
Couldn't get away from that at all.
Like I said, that seat was so huge. It allows them to go off.
Wings for the clap. He's gonna buy back on this Morphling. Got the stun on the instance. Yeah, split buff. Fissure. It's from the Monkey King, but what more can they get?
Yeah, they just pop Glyph on it at the same time, so the campers just die.
Shocky. It's XinQ. And they're doing some damage on a RedPanda. They get the kill with the Laguna Blade, but they found themselves faith beyond. They finish off this first shit. They're gonna buy back just 50 seconds without it. And they'll finish off the Innocence as well. The 2 euros dead on the side of LGD. They'll buy back the Undying. Now they'll look for more of the Wukongs of up 25. So it takes up push all the way to the tier 4. They're jumping this fight now for the side of
Radiant's top
LGD.
tower is under attack.
For openings, but not finding many.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Like, Arme can't commit to the fights without being. It's not his fault necessarily that people are getting like this, but without the BKB, he can't be anywhere near as strong as we could in these fights. Because imagine if he just goes BKB, just waveforms in, right? Just enchant home here, pick up whoever he wants and not get punished.
Goes to the
Silence.
zone this time on Morphling.
He can shake his bed. Fine.
Good for my tower.
They see the courier.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That's his on disc too.
The Lena is the one that's just not having fun at all. Her early deaths this game have set her back so much. This Lena's normally the one that, like BOTs, you're playing from ahead, you're shoving lanes in constantly, you're finding the farm, but they have so much pick-off potential on Elephant, but she hasn't really been able to play that way. And FY is just 6-3 and 12. Like, Eurus hasn't died, and that's 2 games in a row of being doesn't respect the rest.
Top token uses
Radiant's bottom
on
tower
Innocence
is under attack.
and damage.
Dire's middle
Eurus.
tower is under attack.
This LFA that I'm moving as well is crazy. Like the stun duration is like 3.5 seconds or something stupid.
Dire's middle tower
Every time he's
has
catching
fallen.
people with an LSA blow up.
Radiant's bottom tower is
So much
under
stun
attack.
duration and chain stun.
Goes the Aegis though. Using active time to kill him is probably not gonna feel that great.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
is
it's
under
just
attack.
killing the buildings anyway.
Dire's middle barracks
Yeah.
has fallen.
They'll do up towards top. They'll go for another tier 3 as well as the racks. Undying dip for another 36 seconds. Yeah, the Earthshaker looking for opportunities. Coming up, creeps over mid. They're blocked up. They're gonna focus their attention on Ame. Finally, he's just trying to clear the creeps over mid. They get the kill. They'll take him out. He's there for 2 minutes, and that might just be the game. They've got themselves the Abyss Blade that comes through, and a XinQ hookshot misses. XinQ BKB. GG's been called by LGD. Now have a 2-1 lead
Dire's
in
middle
the
tower
grand
is under
final.
attack. Radiant
Do a great job of games 2 and 3 to overtake LGD.
That was crazy. I think the big fight for me this game comes up in that 4, and if I got the